My name is Jeff Branch, and this is SketchUp Free for Woodworkers Extreme Basics. This video series supports the classroom instruction at the Alabama Woodworkers Guild quarterly SketchUp workshop. We meet at the Guild's workshop, which is called the Woodworking Education Center, which is located in Maline, Alabama. We meet the first month of each quarter, the third Saturday of that month at 8 a.m. Visitors are welcome, and if you decide to check us out, be sure to bring your laptop and a mouse. This is video 2, which will cover making a rectangle using the line tool and making a rectangle using the rectangle tool. This video builds upon things covered in video 1, so it's a good idea to watch that video first. I've included a link for it below. Let's look at 2 ways to draw an 8-foot 1x6 rectangle. When we launch SketchUp Free, the Select tool is automatically active. With it, click on Helen and tap the Delete key. What you now see are the red, green, and blue axes. Red runs left to right, green runs front to back, and blue runs up and down. Let's first draw our 8-foot 1x6 using the line tool, helping us understand how this tool works. The icon to activate this tool is here in the tool set, but we always want to use keyboard shortcuts where possible. Hit the letter L, which activates the line tool, and you will see the cursor change from an arrow to a pencil. To create our first line, we're going to click once at the origin, and using the mouse, move to the right and let the line snap to the red axis. Note the box in the bottom right on the screen. This shows the distance or the length of the line. Once we have the line started on the red axis, let go of the mouse and type 8 feet and enter. This is the best way to draw a line to a specific length. Remember that the box in the lower right displays dimensions for a variety of tools, making it an important part of SketchUp. The line tool remains active. Move it to snap to the green axis and let go of the mouse. Let's say a 1x6 is actually 5 1/4 inches wide. With this template, the standard unit of measure is inches, so we simply type in 5.25 and press enter. Move the line tool so it will snap to the red axis, and we could type in 8 feet again, or you can let SketchUp reference the beginning point of the first line. A click finishes this line, then finish the rectangle by letting SketchUp snap to the origin. By hitting the space bar, the line tool is deactivated and returned to the Select tool. What we have at this point is a flat rectangle with no thickness, and what you're looking at is an object composed of a face and bounding edges. Here is the face. I can click on it and a bunch of tiny blue dots appear. The lines along the perimeter of the face are the bounding edges. I can select an edge by clicking on it, and notice how the line turns blue. You will hear me refer to faces and bounding edges in future videos, so it's important to understand this terminology. Okay, let's add some thickness. We will need to activate the push-pull tool, which is seen here in the tool set, but we want to use keyboard shortcuts, which in this case is P. As I move the push-pull tool over this face, notice how the blue dots appear. This means the face can be manipulated by the push-pull tool. Hold down the left mouse key and move the mouse up and down, and you can see how we're adding thickness. Get the push-pull tool moving in the right direction and release the mouse. To get the 3/4 thickness of 1x stock, type 0.75 and press enter. We have now completed drawing this board in a 3D environment, and you have become familiar with the line tool and the push-pull tool. With the first rectangle, we became familiar with the line tool. Now let's draw the same board using the rectangle tool, which is actually easier. With this tool, you can draw the bounding edges and the face all at the same time. The rectangle tool is here in the tool set, and if you look really closely, you'll see this icon includes a tiny arrow pointer thing, I guess. This means the icon contains a flyout menu. To activate the rectangle tool from the tool set, click it and notice the rectangle tool is active, but you will also see additional tool options like the circle tool. Let's choose this tool for a minute. When I do this, the circle tool has now replaced the rectangle tool in the tool set, making it harder to find the rectangle tool the next time you need it, which makes this another reason to know your keyboard shortcuts. To use the rectangle tool, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut R. I'm simply going to pick this point to start, and I'll click once and drag to the right and let go of the mouse. Next, type the dimensions needed, which are 8 feet, 5.25, and press enter. With the rectangle tool, the dimensions for the red axis is followed by a comma, and then the green axis dimension is next. Let's do it again. Type in 8 feet for the red axis, 5.25 for the green axis, and press enter. We now have an identical rectangle to what we originally drew with the line tool. Sometimes I'll use the line tool, and in other situations I'll use the rectangle tool. Next, a little trick. To give this second 1x6 its thickness, I can select the push-pull tool by typing P, move it over the face, and with the left mouse button depressed and held down, I can simply point to the top of the first board and let go of the mouse. Note in the bottom right, the distance reads 3/4 of an inch. The second rectangle is now the same thickness as the first one, and I did not have to type in the dimension. Also, another little trick, with the push-pull tool still active, I can make adjustments to the thickness of this board by simply typing a new dimension. If for some reason I want to see what a 8-foot 2x6 would look like, I can simply type in 1.5 and enter to get my 2x thickness. And if some reason I want to see something crazy like a 4-inch thick board, I can do that too. Type in 4 and press enter. As long as I don't click the mouse or deactivate push-pull, I can make repeated changes. Let's return this board to 1x stock by typing 0.75 and enter. To end this operation, hit the space bar, which is the keyboard shortcut for the select tool. In review, we have become familiar with the line tool, the push-pull tool, and the rectangle tool. We have also seen the importance of the measurements box in the lower right corner of the screen, and we've further seen the need to learn keyboard shortcuts. So I think I'm going to end this video here, but there is an important step we still need to add before we can call these boards finished, which will be covered in video 3. So for now, practice and become familiar with these steps. Repeat this video as many times as you need to become familiar with SketchUp Free. To further help you understand the line tool, I've included a link to a video created by SketchUp, and you'll see that below. And if it helps you, I have also included a link below for the text of this video, which can be printed. Leave any questions you may have in the comments below, and when you are ready, go to video 3, which will cover components and groups.